Next, this is Lydia Taiwo. She was severely beaten by her parents as a child in South London in the 70s in the name of discipline. Decades on, they've been convicted of physical child abuse. Lydia, who still suffers from the mental and physical impact, has been speaking to Aisha Baksh about why it was important for the truth to finally be told. And you may find some of the details distressing.
It's the only surviving picture Lydia Taiwo has of herself as a child. She was emotionally and physically abused by both of her parents for many years.
Anything I did wrong, I'll get beaten for. Normally it was my mother that was doing that. I'll hit with cable wire, with anything that comes in her way, the broom, that's what she hit on my head. Now sometimes the cable wire has been used so much so that you can see the metal bits inside. And that's why most of them have dug into my body and why I still have those injuries and nerve pain.
And sometimes the violence was extreme and dangerous.
My father asked me why did I go downstairs, and before I could even answer, he had kicked me to the back of my head and blood started pouring out and I fell to the floor.
And how old were you, Lydia?
I was 7.
Only at Sunday school was she left alone.
Was church your respite? Was
Yes.
church your sanctuary?
Yes, yes. Because during those times, I'll pray to God that God should please let my parents not beat me today.
During her childhood in Lambeth, South London, she came into contact with schools, doctors and social services. But her abuse only came to the attention of the police after she went to them as an adult over a civil matter. Scotland Yard conducted a 2-year investigation and evidence of Lydia's 40-plus injuries were forensically examined. She still suffers with severe nerve damage and has been diagnosed with PTSD.
So there's one here. This one was because I didn't eat my porridge in time, and that's with cable wire. And then I'll have to take off my wig because I had to take off my wig in court. So on my head, I've got, this is from a broomstick. These ones here that you can see are from cable wire. So this is 42 years later.
At the trial, Lydia was forced to relive her trauma all over again during vigorous cross-examination.
They told me I was lying, and they put it to me so many times that I was lying. It was not until I took off my wig that I think everybody saw, because he said, "Can I show the jury?" And he told them that when they're making the observation, they should take that into consideration.
What was that like to see your parents in the dock?
I didn't see them. I was given a screen, so I requested for a screen because I didn't want to see. I didn't want to feel intimidated because I felt I would, and I would feel scared and I won't be able to say anything.
Her parents were eventually convicted of grievous bodily harm and physical child abuse, and the judge praised Lydia for her courage and persistence in her desire for the truth.
It's not something to be jubilant about. It's actually quite sad because it's something that could have been sorted out in the house, whereby if only the parents had said, yes, it's true, I didn't know any better. I'm not even looking for a sorry. All I wanted was that my younger ones to know the truth.
Lydia's mother was sentenced to 2 years in jail and her father was given a 12-month suspended sentence. Lydia is a clinical scientist and married with children of her own, and she now also works with schools and churches, raising awareness about children's rights and the impact of childhood trauma.
Because I want to be a voice for those who can't talk. I want people to know that there's still hope.
Lydia Taiwo speaking to Aisha, who's with me now. Now, her case was pursued by the Met as an adult. How common is that?
Well, Riz, charities say that survivors such as Lydia can take years to find the strength to go forward with a criminal case, and the vast majority of people are in fact in their 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s. Also providing proof and evidence of something that happened so long ago can be incredibly challenging on many levels. I spoke to NAPAC, which is a charity that works with adult survivors of child abuse and gives them emotional and practical support. They tell me that a conviction such as this is significant, not only for bringing healing to Lydia, of course, but it can also have a wider ripple effect.
I think it's hugely important on all sorts of different levels. not least the fact that it makes it more difficult for cruel and abusive people to get away with it. Also, I think it's encouraging for people who are thinking about going through that process of making a report to the police, and now the police do take these things much more seriously than they did in the past.
And Aisha, what about any advice to young people who may be currently suffering?
Well, Childline and the NSPCC say sadly demand for their services coming into the Christmas period is higher than ever. Children are not at school, families, relatives may have alcohol or substance abuse issues, and if those children are suffering neglect, they may feel very lonely. Now, all of these support services, be it for children or adults, are staffed by counsellors and trained volunteers 24/7 during the entire Christmas period and into the new year.
OK, Aisha, many thanks for that. Aisha Baksh. And can I just say, if you've been affected by anything in Aisha's report, you can find details of organisations offering information and support online at bbc.co.uk/action.